back again to another Java short tutorial. And in this tutorial I'm going to continue slightly on the tutorial I did last time, which was about interfaces. And I'm going to sidetrack for a moment to show something a little bit different but related to what I did last time. You may remember, if you saw my previous tutorial on interfaces, that I had created an interface called Math Operations Interface, which was implemented by the Math Operations class, and thus there is a series of operations implemented here. All these operations here do one thing: they receive input, they do an operation, and they return the result. This class has no information stored in that sense. It just receives input and produces output. Yet, if I want to test this class, I need to create an instance of this class. As a matter of fact, if I remove this, well, it obviously doesn't work anymore. But for a class that doesn't store any data, it is a bit of a redundancy to actually having to create an instance. So this can, in this particular, if you have a class that is like my Math Operations class, it might be more practical to make the method static. And let me show you why. First, I need to make some changes though. I need to disconnect it from the interface. And since they are disconnected, I have to remove the override keyword, because they are no longer overwriting a method in that class. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to make all these methods static. And what does static mean? This method, that the method can be invoked without having to create an instance of this particular class. So now, if I go to my test math operations, I can still create an instance, but I can also delete it. And instead of saying the name of the instance, I simply put the name of the class, math operations dot add two numbers, which will have the exact same result, save for the fact that I have not created an instance of my math operations. I have no object of that. I'm simply invoking the method as and when I need it directly on the class. So, having made the necessary changes, let's run this, and there we go, the result is still the same. Okay, in case it's a bit confusing with my system out of print line, basically if I want to invoke a static method on a class, I simply write the name of the class, then followed by whatever method I want to invoke, and of course inputting the parameters. So in this case that would be integer result that was going to come back from this, and naturally I want to print this result. So there we go, let's run one more time, and it shows result is 10 because 5 plus 5 is 10. So there you have it. By adding the word static in a method inside a class that is not inside a class that has methods that are not enforced by an interface, I can actually ensure that these methods can be invoked without creating a class instance. So there you go. See you next time.